this is the second test drive. The first test drive I had problems with the steering and the weather was horrible. I have done some improvements to the steering. Today the sun is shining, but make no mistake, it's still bloody cold. The rear brake is too weak and there are spots on the road that are covered with ice. So hopefully I'm not gonna die today. Okay, let's go! Okay, now I actually love to sliding down, but it's super easy to maintain. And now let's go, baby! Yahoo! Okay, a little bit of brake. Oh my god! Okay, let's hope everything goes well. There is ice on the road, so hopefully I'm not gonna hurt myself. Okay. Legal self, it's okay. This is what happens. I don't have yet the motor at the back or the battery, so the rear wheel is quite light. And combine that with just the rear wheel braking. Yeah, but what a better situation to try than in a difficult situation, you know. This is where I want to test the chassis to see if it works. Yeah, now we are literally going on snow, but okay. I can't steer myself. Okay, now let's go. I don't know how fast I'm going, but I'm moving, baby. I am moving, baby. Oh my. So everything went perfect, right? Well, no, you saw that at the start of the video. I actually fell down twice, luckily not at high speed. I put this row because these two make such a screeching noise. It's horrible, so I will have to mount bushings here to solve this issue. But getting back, what happened? So what happens is, when you move the suspension, and let's say you just cruising normally or got speed but not in tight corners, no problem, you can steer and tilt. But what happens is, if you want to go to a hard corner, and of course, let's say now we turn to the left, so, and you want to steer, what happens is, it becomes very difficult, especially when the suspension is loaded. It doesn't, look at this, it doesn't want to turn. So it naturally wants to do this. Let me show you. You see? So now I'm leaning towards there, I'm going there, and the wheel wants to turn this way. And not only that, you cannot turn it, and to turn it, I have to straighten the suspension back. Now, why is this happening?
So easy, so fucking easy.
So what the hell happened? As you can see, I have these two ball joints here. Now one and the other, they are in this direction, there's an angle, and there's also an angle in this direction, which is about 16 degrees. Why do we have this direction? Because this is the important one. This is called the caster angle. And the point of this, let me show you. Let me put the wheel in. Okay, so if you imagine the ground being here, that angle, if we intersect between the two ball joints, will end up somewhere around here, ahead of the wheel. And what that does is once the vehicle moves, the rotation of the wheel being ahead means that the wheel kind of follows the direction in which you're traveling, which is good because that's what you want. This is why, for example, the bicycle, when you incline the bicycle, because of this angle, the wheel inclines as well, which is fantastic. But I had a problem. These are the two suspension A-arms, and the suspension A-arms are parallel with the ground. So these two A-arms are going to move up and down, bringing also the wheel hub up and down. But the two ball joints would like to go this way. So what happens is there is a little bit of a disagreement, and when I move them up, as you can see, I have moved this up. Imagine the vehicle leaning this way. What you would want to have is the wheel turning this way. Instead, it turned on the other side. And if I want to turn it, I have to straighten the suspension, which means that leaning and steering hard into the corner is impossible. This happens only at the extreme, so when we have a little bit of steering, we can still do it. So as you saw me, I took some corners, no problem, but the problem comes when you really have to yank it to one side and steer because you're taking a corner too hard or you just want to straighten. You cannot do it, and that's because we have an angle here and this is straight. So what I have to do is this angle and this angle have to match. And I think that way I will solve this problem, and I can go into corners, lean and yank the steering to decide I want to go, and it is going to do it. But so far this is not working. Let me show you. Let's say I want to go in this direction here, so which means that the suspension goes up and the vehicle turns, right? And as you can see, it really doesn't, and the more I do it, less it wants. So in order to actually steer, the suspension has to, in a way, the vehicle has to straighten back. No bueno. This is really no bueno. But with these two modifications, I do think I will solve this problem. It's really a rookie mistake. Even with this shit suspension, because I have no other way to say it, this is a shit suspension, it was still fun to use. As long as you really go hard into corners, you really have to do some extreme maneuver. It actually is very stable and very easy to run and very, very fun. This to my left is the foam that I'm going to be using to make the body. Actually, the better foam would be XPS or extruded polystyrene. This is expanded polystyrene. So why am I using this? Well, it's a lot cheaper. This is about 70 euros and the extruded polystyrene should be around 550 euros. A very big difference. And the reason why I'm going to use this first, because I don't want to ruin expensive material. This is the first time, I'm bound to make mistakes. So this should be good enough to learn. And if I have to use extruded polystyrene, I will then use it. I will soon start work on the body of the vehicle. In the next video you will see the start of the body work and also some of the designs that I have chosen on how to make the vehicle look. I think it is going to look quite cool, but you are going to be free to judge. I have also started a Patreon account, and the reason for that is to speed up the project. Not only takes me a lot of time to build it, but I have to save a lot of money, meaning I have to work a lot to save the money to then buy the tools and make the vehicle. The actual vehicle itself, it's not very expensive to make, it's just the tools themselves are very expensive. And now for the body, I will have to buy a 3D printer to be able to make the interior, the parts, the lights. It's close to impossible, or it is possible, but it takes so much time. A 3D printer should help me speed up the project greatly. So if you could help me with the support on Patreon. I also have a link in the video description with my personal email. If you want to get in touch with me, or maybe you just want to do a one-time donation, that would be amazingly appreciated. So thanks to everyone, especially those who watched the video until now. Also, thanks all of the people that subscribed. I have 100 subscribers, which I find it hard to believe, but yeah, it's 100 people. 100 people decided to follow this project, which is very cool. Wish all of you a fantastic day and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.